Perhaps I treated Overgrown too harshly. Hey y'all, so after Jagex released the skilling relics today, I wanted to go over why I think the prayers under the Grimoire relic might actually be a little bit of a bait for most people, and why Overgrown might be more awesome than a lot of us gave it credit for originally. So you can see here I have a basic DPS calc open for the Inferno Jad. So under Carols, this is my gear. My DPS is 14 and the average time to kill is 25 seconds with Eagle Eye. If I switch it to Rigor, that only drops to 24.6 seconds to kill it. From 14 DPS up to 14.6. And then if I'm in max ranged gear, very similar, 9.8 seconds to kill versus Eagle Eye, 10.3 seconds. So you're literally talking about 1 or 2 ticks quicker, and that's with max range. Point being, we're going to be doing so much DPS. I'm not sure if the DPS prayers are as worthwhile as a lot of us were thinking originally. We all like to plug in, highest number possible and highest DPS possible, but when we're killing things so fast, it really won't matter. Especially if you think about all the time save you can get if you go Overgrown and have just all your seeds constantly farming for you while you're playing the game. The amount of time spent playing the game will be a lot less with Overgrown than if you had more DPS killing monsters. This is mainly important for people who are going for points like me, trying to get another dragon trophy. But also, I think for a lot of people in general that don't want to be doing farm runs, and you'll still want points to unlock all your tiers and all your relics. And farming is something that can help you do that massively. A similar story over here for melee. I have full crystal and a soul reaper axe. And if I choose piety, DPS is 27 with average time to kill of 13.7. If I just change that to strength, it's 14.4 seconds. So a difference of 0.7 seconds. DPS is closer to 26. Now it's 27. So 26 versus 27 DPS. And that average time to kill a big Jad in Inferno is only like 1 tick or 2 ticks quicker. So it's definitely something worth considering. And I think it's more important than people realize. So I'll go over the relics real quick. If you combine Overgrown with the Thieving relic, you can pickpocket Master Farmers and just leave the game, go AFK, come back with the gajillion seeds that start planting for you automatically. I think that combination might serve most people very well, no matter what content you're planning on doing. The Sage's Greaves will be the biggest time save. I've been reading a lot on the rank 1 strategies, and people are going that because if they have to go for 50 mil for every skill. And in the long run, the Sage's Greaves doing agility for you will save you a lot of time. And if you really hate doing agility, then obviously it's a great choice still too, if you'd rather thieve. I hate thieving. It is by far my least favorite skill, so I'm heavily leaning towards thieving. Mathematically, it's probably the wrong choice because thieving, in theory, is a quick skill because the XP rates are pretty good, but I just cannot be bothered to destroy my wrist spam clicking pickpocket or a stall over and over again. The thing with the herb one is if you're able to get Overgrown, that takes care of a lot of the herblore issues you run into. That being said, the herblore one is really good. So if you are going Grimoire and you're worried about your herblore issues, this sounds pretty incredible. I'll post what I saw on some Discord comments. So the JMods are saying there's a 9-tick internal cooldown for getting an herb. So it's probably giving you 1 herb every 3 or 4 fishes, depending how quickly you catch your fish or your other resource. But you can fill the pouch with guams and marintles and just crappy herbs. And then the only herbs you'll get after that is good herbs. So you can go AFK at a Karambwam place, use your harpoon relic, leave AFK fish for 25 minutes, and Husky was saying that he almost filled up the whole bag in that amount of time. So if you were able to fill most of it with crappy herbs, you could just have a ton of really high quality herbs left for you. Saving secondaries might be really important to you also, depending on your region. I know some areas are very short on, especially like Wines of Zamorak. You won't be able to get a lot of those to make ranged potions. And if you're going ranged, you might want a lot of ranged potions. So there's something to consider as well. So let me know what you guys are doing for your regions. I do think this tier has heavy region considerations. Me, in Varlamore, I think between the Herblore minigame and if I do Overgrown, I will not need this relic. I'm heavily leaning towards Thieving because if I take Mauritania and Taranwin, then I'll want that for a ton of crystal shards, and in Mauritania for blood shards also. I still haven't completely made up my mind if I'm doing melee or ranged. I might swap Taranwin to Fremi if that's the case. But if you guys remember like Solo Mission's video from last year, he used Trickster to get a ton of crystal shards and then was able to basically get 50 million smithing and crafting instantly because he had so many crystal shards, and you can remake a crystal armor seed into crystal armor over and over again. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Subscribe if you want more Leagues videos. I'm going to be making my Journey to Dragon Trophy series, and I'm excited to get started next week.